Good morning, everyone. On behalf of Red Deer College and MSM, I would like to welcome everyone to the RDC MSM Premium Agent E-Summit Series for 2020. I'm Karishma Chaudhary, Manager Canada at Amscare Media. On April 16, RDC marked the official launch as an MSM partner institution. Yes, that RDC, which is now on its way to university status, is actively welcoming more international students to its campus in Alberta, Canada. RDC together with MSM is happy to have you all here for an hour of ultimate knowledge-oriented session to help you boost your student recruitment practices. RDC works closely with the carefully selected and approved group of partner agents to achieve its goal of internationalization. I know everyone is curious and interested to learn more about RDC. So without any further ado, I would like to introduce Mr. Kelvin Yu, International Recruitment Manager at RDC. Kelvin, over to you.
Thank you very much, Karishma. Hello, everyone. So again, my name is Kelvin Yu. I am the the International Student Recruitment Manager here at Red Deer College, soon to be Red Deer University. So today I just going to go over several important information and notes about Red Deer College, and then as well as show you a little bit more of some of our statistic for Red Deer College as well. So without further ado, I think I'm going to start in my presentation today. So first things first, I'm going, like I mentioned earlier, let me just go to the next slide. Give me 1 second, doesn't seem to be. Perfect. Okay, so like I mentioned again, my name is Kelvin Yu, the Manager of International Recruitment at Red Deer College. So Red Deer College is situated in Central Alberta in the city of Red Deer. So right here, right in front of me in this picture, this is our campus. So Red Deer College is situated on a campus of 290 acres of land. So pretty much what you see right here from this end all the way to the far end, to the back, all the way back around. And there's a large part of the forest that's cut out in here. This entire 290 acres of land is the Red Deer main campus. Right in front of you right here, this is our Gary W. Harris Center. And this is our newest facilities on campus. It is a athletic center, state-of-the-art athletic center that was built in late 2018, beginning 2019, and it was the home of the Canada Winter Games. So we were the host for the entire country for the Winter Games that happened every 4 years. So this facility we're quite happy about, and definitely is a facility that is built for our students and as well as our athletes. And at the same time, we have a lot of program running out of this facilities as well. So Red Deer College is a public comprehensive community college and is recognized by the government of Canada as a designated learning institution. And because of that, we also were recently qualified as a designated learning institution for the COVID-19 Ready Preparation Institution. So because of that, we actually are able to accept students and traveling to come over to Canada to start their education with us at Red Deer College starting in 2021. And since we are a public comprehensive community college, all of our program, as long as it is 8 months and longer, qualify for the postgraduate work permits as well. So the program that we offer at Red Deer College is we offer 1-year certificate program, 2-year diploma programs, and then we offer 4-year bachelor's degree, and at the same time we offer other collaborative programs as well with other university. And of course, we offer something called university transfer, and that's something that we'll talk a little bit more in the later slides as well. So to give you a little bit more statistic about Red Deer College. So Red Deer College, like I mentioned, we are a public college in Central Alberta in the city of Red Deer, where the population is just a bit over 100,000. And our student population at Red Deer College is just a bit over 7,500 students at the moment. We've been around for just over 56 years. And something that we're very, very proud of is that we have a 92% success rate with employment for our graduates within 6 months of their graduations. And that's something that we're really, really proud of. And the main thing is we probably have one of the higher percentage in the employment rate within the province. And the main reason is because we are an institution that really focus on career building as well as hands-on learning as well. So really prepare our students to really connect them with the potential employer in the future, but at the same time, provide them an excellent level of education as well. We offer 7 different sports teams that we offer and 15 different teams in those 7 sports. Especially our volleyball team, we compete in the national level every single year, and we're won just a bit over 10 different championships, national championship and provincial championship as well. And with all of our international students and domestic students graduating, there's a 96% of satisfaction with our students for the quality of the education that they receive during the time at Red Deer College as well. So a lot of students, especially international students, there's several key factors that they really love their time at Red Deer College. Several things such as, for example, we offer like a very small class size for our students. So for students that's coming from, let's say, a smaller town or something like that, it's a lot easier for them to transition into a Canadian public college or post-secondary curriculum. At the same time, like I mentioned earlier, because of our focus on hands-on learning, a lot of the students actually receive a job before they even graduate sometimes. And how we focus on that is we actually, a lot of our program has a practicum component within it. And because of that practicum component, our students are actually getting connected with potential employer in the future, where they ultimately sometimes get hired or they find a career within that field because of that practicum as well. Our cost is extremely competitive. So our tuition and our living cost is extremely competitive compared to other institutions across Alberta and of course across Canada. And of course, like I mentioned earlier, our modern high quality facilities on campus. A lot of students, they truly enjoy our different facilities that we have. We have, like I mentioned, the Gary that we have a center, but something that we also are quite proud of is our residence, which I'll talk a little bit more in the later slides as well. So using the living cost as a really good example, what I mean by our living cost is extremely competitive. So to compare it to 2 other cities in Canada, so for example, Toronto or Vancouver, for example, for a 1-bedroom apartment, a student will be paying average anywhere from $1,900 to $2,200 a month. But in Red Deer, they were paying something as little as $970 a month. And that's for them to live off campus if they wish. And I'll talk a little bit more in later slides why this is a really good advantage for some potential students want to come to Canada to start their education. So like I mentioned earlier, our student housing is something that we're very proud of. So right here, this is our brand new residence suite building. So this entire building is brand new that we just built this past year. It is a building that are made specifically for students interested in living on a 1-bedroom own suite style, where they are able to have complete privacy, but at the same time, the cost is substantially lower as well. It's actually lower, just a bit under $800 a month. However, we offer 8 different other styles of housing as well, such as townhome, and of course, traditional apartment style as well. A lot of these different residents that we offer ranges from anywhere from $500 and up, pretty much. So the cost would range from around $500 to $800 a month, depending on whatever the student needs. And there's other options, like I mentioned, for student housing. So students don't really need to live on campus if they didn't want to. They can definitely rent within the Red Deer community. And like I mentioned, the average cost is just a bit over $900 for a single bedroom or single bedroom suite in the community. Also, we offer the homestay option as well for students. So other reason that international students really enjoy their time at Red Deer is because we have experts instructors that really focuses on the student success, and these instructors are experts in their field, and they actually were individuals that worked in those specific field, and which translate over to networking for the student as well, providing that network for the students, connecting them with past employer that the instructor had before, and a lot of the student actually connect with a lot of their employer that they currently had through their instructor as well. And then at the same time, we offer extensive student support services from academic support, such as tutoring. So at Red Deer College, we offer free one-on-one tutoring for all of our students in any of the subject that they are doing within the curriculum. We will offer them a one-on-one tutor for free. All they need to do is just book it in, and they will have those one-on-one tutoring, and we pay for those tutors that tutors them as well. We also offer an extensive amount of accessibility services as well. So if a student have any kind of learning disability or any accessibility needs, our staff is there to help them as well. Of course, our library services is quite extensive, where it helps students to kind of go through the research that they need to do, as well as any kind of citations, or any editing. They're always there for them to help, and everything is completely free, all the services. And of course, we have a designated international student team that really support the students from as the moment to pick them up at the airport, and to the point of providing them with the orientation and helping them, teaching them how to set up their bank accounts, how to get health care, and ultimately setting them up for success during the time of Red Deer College. So the city of Red Deer, I want to talk a little bit more. So right here, this is our downtown during the Christmas festival. Is a really good picture of it. So like I mentioned, so Red Deer is central Alberta. We are the 4th largest city in the province of Alberta. Like I mentioned, we have a population of just a bit over 100,000. And within that population, close to 20% of the population are immigrants from different countries across the world. We're just 90 minutes south of Edmonton, which is the capital of Alberta, and then 90 minutes north of Calgary. And for the students that are familiar with the great outdoor of Canada, we're just a bit under 2 hours away from the beautiful Banff National Park, as well as the Jasper National Park. So excellent trails, and amazing skiing and amazing mountains for them to go see in the wintertime as well. So right here, I just want to show you a little video of Red Deer. So I'm going to start the video.
When you're nearby
Perfect. So like I mentioned earlier, so Red Deer, like right now, currently, we have just a bit over 200 international students. And of course, our plan is to kind of grow the international population within our institution, kind of match to similar what it looks like within the city of Red Deer. So of course, we're always looking for agents currently to help us promote a lot of the program as well. So again, when I'm talking about program, I want to talk a little bit more about certain specific programs right now. So first things first, so currently our application for the September 2021 term is open. The deadline is June 15th. There are several programs I want to talk a little bit more specifically today about. So it's our Business Administration Diploma Program, our Early Learning Childcare Certificate and Diploma Program, the Educational Assistance Certificate Program, of course, the Visual Arts Diploma, and the University Transfer Program as well. So more specifically, the Business Administration Program is a 2-year program where students are able to complete a 2-year diploma within the business administration field, and they can actually specialize within any of the 5 major specialization or majors, like I mentioned, either in accounting, financial services, management, human resources, and marketing. And I want to talk a little bit more about this program more specific. Kind of going back to my last point when I talk about our cost is extremely competitive. So using the business administration program as a really good kind of comparison, if you compare our business administration program with another institution, let's say in Edmonton, Alberta, our tuition costs just a bit over $36,000 for the entire 2-year diploma. Now, if you compare that to a institution in Edmonton where you do 2-year in the business administration field, it will cost close to $66,000. And of course, like I mentioned, the living cost is substantially lower than a lot of other institutions as well. So because of that, a lot of our students come to Red Deer College because they're able to get the same level of education, and on top of that, getting that heads up over other students going to other university or colleges that they're able to get a job after they graduate as well. So because of that, lower tuition, lower living costs, but higher chance of finding a job as well. So next is our educational assistant program. So this is a 1-year program for any students that's interested in working in the K-12 sector as an educational assistant to assist students and the teacher within the classroom with the day-to-day class delivery. This is a program that we provide students within the 1-year program that with several practicum where they actually physically work in the K-12 sector, in a physical classroom, working with kids and working alongside with from K-12 teachers as well. And in this program, currently, a lot of our students are literally being employed within the 2nd semester or even just a bit before they graduate. They actually more successful with a job within the province of Alberta, because currently there is definitely a high demand for educational assistance within the province of Alberta. So our Early Learning Childcare Certificate and Early Learning Childcare Diploma, both programs is to help students interested in working within the early childcare sector, where they are ultimately want to work within like a daycare, child home, family home, for example, or any kind of community center daycare as well. So the certificate program provides students the opportunity to learn all the basics of young childcare professional essentials. But at the same time, once they graduate, they actually are qualified to work within the province of Ontario, Alberta, BC, as well as 2 other provinces in Canada where they're able to be certified to work as an early childcare worker. And because of that, a lot of our students are able to travel all across Canada to find jobs in many, many different capacities. Now, one thing about Early Learning Childcare Certificate and Diploma is that they also offers practicum. So what that means is that students are physically working within a childcare setting or some sort of day homes setting as early as their 1st semester in the program. And if the students are interested in kind of continuing on to get the next level of this certification, they actually can do the diploma program with us, where when they graduate, they actually becomes qualified to manage a childcare or day home or any kind of community center, childcare center as well. But at the same time, they actually qualify to open their own childcare as well within the province of Alberta with this program. So both of these programs are highly popular with our international students because it is programs that really have really high employability for students, especially in the province of Alberta, where there is a high need for these skilled workers as well. So next is our electrical engineering technology program and our mechanical engineering technology program. So both of these programs, I want to talk a little bit more about why these are very special programs that we offer. So at Red Deer College, we are only one of the few institutions that offers these two programs where students are actually going through these 2-year programs to become an engineering technologist, where we are one of the few institutions that is certified by the Canadian Technologists Association, where a student, when they graduate, they actually can be working within the field of engineering technologists all across Canada. And especially more specifically, if they're interested in mechanical engineering, currently we have a high demand for mechanical engineering technologists in the province of Alberta as well. Starting wages is anywhere from $35 to $41 an hour right now in Canada as well. So both of these programs is excellent program where it provides you with all the basic hands-on learning that you need to work successfully within the field. But at the same time, for the students that are interested in getting a Bachelor of Engineering degree, they actually are able to kind of bridge to University of British Columbia or Lakehead University in Ontario to complete the year 3 and 4 of an engineering degree if the student wish to complete a full 4-year engineering degree if they wish to. So the best part about this program is students are able to kind of, complete the 2-year with us, start working, make some decent wages in Alberta, and then they go and do a bridging program to go to UBC, for example, and finish year 3 and 4 and get their engineering degree as well, which if throughout the entire year 3 and 4, they have the skills and the certification to work within the engineering technologist field while they're in school as well. So both of these programs are very popular with our domestic and international students, and especially within the province of Alberta, the mechanical engineering technology program, like I mentioned, is highly in demand, and the wages are quite high starting off. Like I said, they're around like $35 to $42 an hour starting wages as well. So next is our university transfer program. And this is what I wanted to talk a little bit more when I talk about our cost of tuition, our cost of living is a lot cheaper than a lot of other institutions. And it's very competitive overall. So the university transfer program is a program that allows any students to kind of go into anywhere from 1 to 2 years of the studies under the Bachelor of Arts or Science umbrella, where they're able to complete courses within the first 2 years of the degree, and then at which point, when they finish the 2 year, they can actually apply to a university across Canada or within the province of Alberta, such as University of Calgary, University of Alberta, University of Lethbridge, and then they can actually complete the year 3 and 4 and then complete their degree. However, our university transfer program is a little bit different from a lot of other institutions, where that when a student completes the 2-year university transfer program with Red Deer College, they actually receive a diploma in university transfer studies. So what that means is that a student can actually qualify for the postgraduate work permits up to 3 years if they wish. So what that means is that for some students, if they complete the 2 years of study with us in the university transfer program, and they say, hey, maybe I don't want to continue on to year 3 and 4 just yet, let me work a little bit first and save some money. They can actually go out and look for a job with their diploma first, and like I said, qualify to have the postgraduate work permits to work in Canada for up to 3 years, and then at which point, if they wish to go back to school, they can actually go back to school and finish year 3 and 4 of the entire degree if they wish. And the best part to look at this is that if a student are interested in, let's say they want to go to a university in the largest cities such as Toronto or Vancouver, but of course, cost is something that is quite expensive. But what they could do is they can actually come to Red Deer College, complete the first 2 years, and save that amount of money that they will save through their housing, through their tuition, and then at the same time work after they finish that 2-year, work for up to 3 years. And if they wish to finish the degree, then they can transfer to those universities that they're interested in going to start off with, and they complete the degree. Or if they want to just apply for a permanent residency, they can also do that as well. So just to show a general understanding what it looks like, to give you a visualization. So for Red Deer College, you pretty much choose a program. You finish the program, you graduate with a credential, you can actually start your career, like I mentioned earlier, or transfer to a university in anywhere in Canada, complete the bachelor's degree, and start your career afterward as well. So the two very important elements of our international admissions is, of course, our English language proficiency requirements. So every single program have their own specific ELP requirements, and of course, the specific academic program requirement as well. So because of that, specifically on all of our course guideline on our website will show you exactly what is the ELP requirement for that program and what specific courses that they need to have taken from high school that will transfer over and based on what marks they need to attain to kind of apply for a specific program. So again, like I mentioned, application for the fall 2021 term are open until June 15th. And every year we start accepting application for the fall 2021 or the fall in the next year as of October 1st. So every year October 1st is when application opens for acceptance for the following fall semester. So for international tuition and fees, so for applications, so for all of our programs and applications done through the Apply Alberta website in Alberta, pretty much in the province of Alberta, application fees is $200. So when you apply for a program, you have to pay a $200 application fees, which is non-refundable. But the good thing about the application fees, it qualifies for you to apply for 2 programs if you're interested in 2 programs. So you will be kind of, you will be assessed for both programs that you apply for, your first and second choice. And then once you are accepted into a program, in order to hold the seat and attain the letter of acceptance, you will be, you have to pay a non-refundable $1,400 tuition deposit to hold your seat. And then at the same time, a lot of agents actually ask us, like, what if the student is not, we're not successful with attaining a study permit? So which at that point, as long as you're able to provide us proof that you were denied of a study permit, we'll provide you a full refund of your tuition deposit, except with a $400 cancellation fee charge. So if you want to become an authorized RDC agent, please connect with supports Asia at rdc.ab.ca. Of course, complete the agent application with us, and then provide a minimum of 3 positive references from a Canadian public post-secondary institution. Again, I just want to kind of emphasize a little bit more on that specific is we currently only accept references from a Canadian public colleges or university. So when you do your application, make sure you have those 3 references in mind. So that's pretty much it for today's presentation. So I'll open up the floor for if there's any questions. But thank you so much for listening to my presentation. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Kelvin, for the presentation. And yes, now it's a time to take questions from the audience. I'll request everyone who is having questions, please put it in Q&A section in your control panel. Okay, Kelvin, while we wait for the questions to come up from the audience, let me ask a few general questions regarding COVID, like what all COVID plans we are having right now at RDC for upcoming students. Kelvin, you are muted.
Yeah, so thank you. So Red Deer College, like I mentioned earlier, we are one of the institutions in Canada that were qualified as a designated learning institution, which means that we have a accepted and approved COVID-19 readiness plan. So what that entails is that it provides the thorough programming of what is the isolation program for any student coming overseas. It talks about extensively how do we take care of the students from the moment that they land in the airport to where they will be doing their isolation for that 14-day isolation on campus somewhere in residence most of the time. It talks about more specifically is what is provided for the students over the course of that time as well, and delivery as well. So currently, right now, we are offering a blended delivery for our programming for the winter term. And for the spring and fall, currently it's undecided at the moment. But what that means is that blended is that the majority of the students' classes is going to be online, so they get to study at home on the computer, and only certain lab or certain kind of practicum that they have to do, then that's when they actually have to come to campus. But majority of the classes will be done online at the moment.
Okay, thank you, Kelvin. Kelvin, I understand that the requirement for each and every program is different. But can you give a basic of all the programs, the basic requirement for all the programs like the IELTS, PT, how much is acceptable, the minimum, how much is acceptable?
Yeah, for sure. So if you don't mind, I'm just going to, can I exit off of the share screen right now, and then I just want to just pause some. Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay. My computer froze for a second. Sorry.
It's okay. So meanwhile, you open up the link. I can see a few questions here. One of the agent asked that 3 positive response from public institution, is it necessary for international student? That is for the reference check, not that is not required to submit by the student. That is actually required to submit by the agent when they are applying to be an authorized agent at RDC. Okay.
Exactly, that's correct. So the reference is mainly just for the agent to become an authorized agent for Red Deer College. So the main thing is because we really want to work with agents that have experience working with Canadian institutions in the past. So because of that, we will only accept references in that area. So answering back to your question, so a good general understanding, for example, for IELTS academic overall demonstration, it will be around like a 6.5 with at least about 5.5 on each band. That would be a good general standard that I would say will meet a lot of our program. For example, TOEFL score, we were around an 83, for example. So that would be another example. So currently, because of COVID-19, we accept the online IELTS testing as well. And then we also accept Duolingo as well at the moment.
And PT is acceptable, Kelvin?
Sorry, I did not catch. Yeah.
Is PPE acceptable at RDC?
The PE? Sorry,
PPE, Pearson Test of.
Oh, yes. Yep, yes. So the PE currently, we're looking for, well, this is just general, like more specifically, I highly recommend agent to look on our website, but generally with around 59 score and at least 56 in each of the band score as well.
Okay, thank you so much. And Kelvin, we know that the math is a requirement for the business program. What options we are having for the students who have not studied mathematics at their 12th grade, but still interested to apply for the business program at RDC?
Yes, so at RDC, we offer students that did not complete that math in their high school or in their post-secondary in the country. We have this examination that they can do. So we have a mathematical examination where the student can take, based on that score, then they will get kind of that requirement for that math will be met based on that examination that they do.
Okay. Thank you so much. Okay, so our next question is about the acceptance of open school certification for 12th grade. So if any student has done 12th grade with an open school, would be able to accept those students?
Oh, So from my understanding is that if they do complete that in open school, we did have experience with students like that, they will have to submit it and we actually have to assess it individually per student. I can't really say specifically for all across the board, mainly because is that there's not really a standardization on the, the programming and the course and the grading. So it's really based on a person to person basis. So when they apply, our team will actually assess that based on that specific application on its own.
Right. Thank you so much, Kelvin. Okay, so the next question is about the acceptance of Gaap in the diploma courses. So is there any kind of educational gap restriction to
No,
apply at RDC?
no, we do not have any gap restriction for any students applying to any of our program.
Yes, but here I would like to include one more point. Although from the institution side, there's no restrictions on age or on education gap, but I would like to remind you that there's a little, complications with the visa processing when there's a lot of education gap. So we appreciate that if the students who is not having more than 6 years of education gap, they apply at RDC. However, we are open for all the students. Coming up to the next question is about the backlog acceptance. I would like to take this question, Kelvin, if you allow.
Yeah, yeah, go
So
ahead.
you would be able to accept up to 6 backlogs for the students who have done graduation of 3 years and then they are applying for the certificate or the diploma program, and those students who have done 4 years of graduation, for them we would be able to accept up to 8 backlogs. For students who are applying after 12th grade, they must be just clear with their program. While applying at RDC, we would be able to accept that. Okay, so again, I'll remind agents that we are right now taking questions. If you are having any questions, please put it in Q&A section in your control panel. Thank you so much. The next question is about when VFS is expected to be open. So this is a very, I believe, very difficult to answer right now because it is something which is very unpredictable and it's completely depend upon VFS and the Canadian immigration when they are trying to open it. But yes, when any news will come up, we will definitely share with all of you regarding the opening of the VFS for all the students. Okay, so Kelvin, the next program is what all programs are open for May 21 intake?
Yeah, for sure, definitely. So our main intake, so the main intake more specifically is a shorter term. So there is a limited number of programs that we offer. So one program that we always tell students to kind of look into for the main intake is our university transfer program. For that program, during the May is one of the more popular program that students take during the May semester that they start. But then at the same time, we also offer the management certificate program in the May intake as well. The business administration diploma program, you can actually also start in the spring as well. So if you're interested, you can apply for the May intake for the business administration program. And then our visual arts diploma program, where students are interested to do the 2-year visual art program, where ultimately if they're interested in transferring to the University of Alberta University of Arts and Design, they can also start their program with us in the spring semester as well. Of course, like I mentioned, all of our university transfer is open for spring. And then lastly, I would say, actually, no, I think that will be it for now. So yep, that. So it is quite limited for the May intake, because majority of our program runs starting September, and then they finish in around April time as well.
Yeah, thank you, Kelvin. And I would like to remind that our September intake is also open, and we have started accepting applications. And for September intake, all the programs are open at RDC. Right. Kelvin, I would like to, ask you that how RDC is actually contributing in providing, trainings and co-ops to the students before they end up with their, diploma program and get industry ready.
Yeah, for sure. So like I mentioned earlier, like a lot of our program offers the practicum field, a practicum. So these are typically non-paid work term where the students are actually working within the field that they are ultimately kind of in school for. So again, I'm going to use the early learning childcare as a really good example. So the early learning childcare certificate or diploma program offers students working within a childcare setting for upwards of twice a week, every single week for the entire semester, for example. And they work at the same childcare that they work from the day one in the first week of class all the way to when they finish the first year. And because of that, a lot of the students ultimately, they actually are able to attain a job within that daycare that they got their practicum with, for example. For example, a really good example is our electrical and mechanical engineering technologies program. So that program does not offer a practicum, but it offers a case study. And the really cool about the really cool thing about a case study is that we actually invite a lot of industry partners, so such as Suncor, Shell Oil, for example, because as you all know, I'm not sure if the agents know, but we're situated in Alberta. We're literally the oil capital of Canada. So we are connected to a lot of large oil company in Canada. And because of that, we bring in a problem that currently oil company has, for example. So I'll give a really good example. So last year, we had a case study with Canadian Natural Resources, the CNRL oil company. They came in, they brought a large problem to us, and then our mechanical engineering students worked on this problem, presented the solution, and then a lot of those students, when they graduated, was picked up by Canadian Natural Resources to kind of have a job with them. And the really cool thing about the engineering program, that's something I did not mention earlier, is that when you're working in the province of Alberta, your salary is substantially higher. So, for example, a lot of those students that work, let's say on site for Suncor and Syncrude, they can see salary of upwards of $150,000 a year. So that's a really good opportunity for a lot of our students as well.
Thank you so much, Kelvin. Kelvin, moving towards our next question. Is it possible to get diploma or certificate program if the student completed bachelors in their home country?
Yeah, so of course. So if they complete a degree already from their home country, they can still qualify for these programs. However, we don't offer any postgraduate program. All of our certificate and diploma program at the moment are not a postgraduate level program. So what that means is that for the student that we're applying for them, you could potentially apply and provide us with your transcript from your college or university back home, and we will kind of assess and see if we can provide you some sort of credits towards your diploma or your certificate. However, these are not meant to be on top of your credential that you have from back home.
Right. Thank you, Kelvin. Yes, there is an opportunity for students who have done bachelors that they can get the credit transfer. So somewhere it's going to beneficial for them in terms of the, money as well, and the time for the completion of their diploma or the certificate program, because they don't have to study all those subjects which they have already studied in their graduation. Exactly. So yes, RDC is accepting your credits, previous credits. Yeah. Okay, that's great. Kelvin, now I would be looking forward to know more about, about the scholarship programs, because these questions usually all the students and agents do have. Do we offer any kind of scholarship or the entry level or on the campus?
Yeah, so currently Red Deer College don't offer any kind of admission scholarship. We don't even offer admission scholarship to a lot of our domestic students either. However, we are an institution that have scholarships, awards, and bursaries that's kind of hold aside for application. So how it works is that student, once they apply to become a student and they're accepted, then they actually are able to apply for our scholarships, bursaries, and awards through a one application process. And usually this process open in around early spring, late winter. I believe it was around March period, April time, where the application opens and then student can apply, and it says one application, which opens them up to hundreds of different scholarships and awards that's available. And just to give you a good understanding, so for example, Red Deer College gave away over $1 million worth of scholarships and awards and bursaries in 2018-19, for example. So that was a really good example. So there's definitely a lot of scholarships available out there that's based on financial needs, academic merits, and things like that. But unfortunately, at the moment, we do not offer any kind of entrance scholarship.
Right. Thank you so much, Kelvin. Kelvin, moving to the next question is about the part-time jobs, because most of the students, international students especially, who are coming there, they prefer to do part-time jobs to bear their expenses. So what kind of part-time job opportunities are available in RDC, and what is the minimum wage like they would be getting, while working there?
Yeah, for sure. So a lot of our students, when they come to Red Deer College, there's lots of different jobs of opportunity on campus, working with the student association, for example, in the student run bar that we have on campus. For example, if they're interested in working in our residence, they also have opportunity to potentially work in the residence, or our Gary W. Harris Center, where there's also opportunity for students to work in that field as well. And across the board in the city of Red Deer, there's also a lot of opportunity for students to work. Believe it or not, in the city of Red Deer, we actually have a lot of restaurants based on where we're located, and because of that, a lot of our students work within the service sector. So wage is typically averaging around like $14 to $15 an hour, for example, and because a lot of students, what they do is they sometimes might even do like multiple part-time jobs to get them pay for like their tuition and things like that. And like I mentioned, a really good thing about Red Deer College is we are a very close-knitted community. So there's a lot of opportunity for students to do that as well.
Right. Thank you, Kelvin. So it's really good to know that the students will be getting opportunity to do part-time job on campus and out campus as well. So there's a lot of opportunity for the students, and very easily they would be able to manage their studies along with the job. That is again really good. Okay, Kelvin, coming to the next question is about, do RDC provide any kind of assistance to the students once they complete their diploma to get the jobs?
Yeah, for sure. So RDC, we have a career counselor. It is a full-time staff that we have on campus that help with all of our students with finding a job when they graduate. So our career counselor helps the student develop their resume, help them search for jobs, prepare for the interviews, and as well as sometimes prepare like job fairs for them as well to kind of connect them with potential industries or partners out there that will potentially hire our new graduates as well. Our career counselor is completely free of charge, and they actually can help students as early as when they start the schooling with us in the very first semester. So it's not even just for them to find a career after they graduate. They also help them to find that part-time job that you mentioned earlier as well. So our career counselor is a fantastic free resource that we are providing to our students to kind of help them bridge the gap from the program to the workforce when they finish.
Right. Great. And Kelvin, what is the last date for the for submit the application for May intake?
Yes, I can get you that. Give me 1 second.
Yeah.
I just had that.
Sure.
So January 31st is the deadline for the May intake.
Okay. So undoubtedly RDC is very quick while accepting application. As I mentioned that we have already started, accepting application for September 1 month back, and very quickly we close the intakes as well. So I request all the agents to have to be very quick while putting applications to RDC and, referring students to the RDC so that you don't miss any seat over here. Right. So, Kelvin, I believe we have answered almost all the questions from our audience. So, before we wrap up, would you like to say anything to our attendees?
Yeah, for sure. I just want to say thank you so much again for all of the agents that participate for today's presentation, and we definitely look forward to working with you. And the best part is an agents to Red Deer College is someone that we would really want to develop that relationship with. So again, we really again cherish your opportunity and your time to be here today to learn about Red Deer College, and we look forward to kind of working with you guys. Thank you so much again for coming.
Wonderful. Thank you all the participants who have participated in this exclusive MSM and RDC Premium Agent E-Summit. We really appreciate you being here. We hope that the session was very helpful and informative enough for everyone. Until the next one, please take care, stay safe and healthy, and a very happy Diwali. May this Diwali brings a lot of joy and happiness and prosperity to you and your complete family. Thank you so much for attending today's session.